But we back. We in the building. MC, a.k.a. Microphone Criminal.
Ain't getting no.
Yeah, we in the building live. MC, Microphone Criminal. I'm in here with DeluxMusic. And we got a caller. We got a caller right off the bat. Who we got on the line?
Yeah, I want to shout out Deluxe, the best rapper in Philadelphia right now, the best recording artist in Philadelphia right now.
Oh, thank you.
Tell him we hear you. Tell him this Stiletto Star. I'm listening to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That's what's up. Thanks for calling up. I mean, they was beating the kids while they called up. Like, but yeah, we in the building, man, in the flesh.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself to the people, man.
DeluxMusic, man. Very, very versatile artist. Love to have fun. I mean, I've been on the scene in Philadelphia probably for about 5 years now, but I've been all over the world, man, doing different things in different places that I live.
All right, that's what's up. And you've been living in different spots.
Yeah, live in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I lived in Amsterdam, Netherlands for a year. I lived in Boston, and I also lived in South Carolina.
All right, you on the move? It ain't warrants or nothing. I hope like.
No. I was actually I went to college the first time. I didn't graduate. I went to another school. My transition right there from South Carolina to Boston. And while I was in school in Boston, we had a trip where we went to Amsterdam. We was exchange students. So.
All right, that's what's up. That's cool. How was that experience?
Oh, man, it was a lot of fun. I'm going to say that, man. Definitely a lot of fun.
That's cool. So when did you first start dibbling and dabbling with the music?
Oh, man, I started dibbling and dabbling in the music really probably like I was about 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
So I started doing music full out maybe when I was about 17.
All right. That's what's up. So what made you decide to start taking it serious? Like, did you just have that passion for it, or did you see it as a way out?
I just had a passion for it. I mean, it is my way out. It's your way out. It depends on how you look at it. It's my way out from bad situations, that stressful days or whatever. If you can go in the studio and you can write, your mind is at a different level. It's on a different thing. You're not thinking about the bad day you had at work, or the fact that you tripped and knocked your whole Christmas tree over and then irking and stuff. It's an escape.
All right, that's what's up. How would you describe your music, man, and the message?
My music, it basically, my name says it for itself. It's DeluxMusic. It's big. Everything is big. You're going to have a lot of fun. You're not going to just listen to it and say, and you're going to listen to it and like, whoa, yo, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Everything is on Deluxe.
And what separates your music from just the huge spectrum of music that's out there that sounds alike? What would actually make somebody that's watching this right now say, all right, he sound like he might actually have something different to offer?
From the bat, you're gonna say that. Number one, my voice and my choice of lyrics. I don't sound like the average person from Philadelphia, even though Philadelphia artists is known for the lyricism. I'm very, very proper, as you could say. Okay. But I like to be assertive and show that I'm strong, that I'm mentally there. It's all about mental. It's not about.
But what about the AK-47?
I mean, it sounds good, man. It sounds good, but I mean, not on every track. Yeah. You gotta know how to be the artist. You gotta know how to be an artist. And you gotta know how to be a rapper. Sometimes it calls for both.
Now, and you're a good person to ask this. Now, what is it why would you say that a lot of artists seem to get trapped in not understanding that, like that it is a whole scope to being an artist instead of just, a lot of their tracks sounding redundant with the whole, weaponry and all that? How come people can't dig in their storytelling bag or dig in their, inspiration bag?
I mean, it's not where their mind is at right now. I mean, if you have if you have a young cat that's just get on and say he's doing this thing and stuff like that, and he go to a cypher or he go to a battle and the guy that beat him in a battle, that's what he was talking about. So now he feel like he has to talk about that better than that guy. You know what I'm saying? Or that better than the next guy he faced, because he don't want to feel like he felt that day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That's actually an interesting take, and I see what you're saying. Yeah. But so what is it about the mindset of people that instead of just going back to the drawing board and saying, all right, I got to take what I do and just make that better, make that unbeatable? How come it's more like, oh, well, he beat me with that, so let me just, try to work on that and develop that to a point to where I get good with it? Why people are afraid to, you know, develop their own skills?
It's not that a lot of them are afraid. A lot of them don't have a lot of artist development. You know, that all they know how to do is rap. They'll listen to a Meek Mill mixtape, and they'll listen to a Beanie Siegel mixtape. They'll listen to a Jadakiss mixtape, but don't have no albums. They don't understand what an album is.
Right.
They don't understand what music is. They understand what it is to ride a whole bunch of other tracks that's popular that came out, but they don't understand what artist development is. You know what I'm saying? So that's they hold back. Other than sometimes they think they know it all. You got a lot of cats that think they know it all.
Right.
You know, and it's cool if you do. If you do know it all, there's still some things to know.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like they say, the wise man knows that he knows nothing at all because there's so much knowledge out there.
Indeed you do.
So, family got you in the building, man. You know, it's been a long time coming. Are you repping any squads right now? Any label situation going on?
Oh, no, I'm not really repping those squads other than what I've been repping the whole time. EMG, I'll switch up. I don't jump from this person and that person, which is good for me and stuff like that. I grind my whole brand up. You know, you grind your brand up and you keep going. Of course, you want to do stuff. Of course, you want to collab with people. And I've opened up my door, especially when it comes to like business, but people don't have the mindset of keeping things going.
Okay.
They want a one-time thing, or they want, you know, it was best for them.
So they're not consistent.
They're not consistent and they're not strong business-minded. You can be business-minded, but you got to be strong business-minded. Strong business-minded is the people that, okay, like the people that started McDonald's, they're dead. They've been dead and gone for a long time, and they didn't know McDonald's was going to be where it's at right now.
Right.
That's strong
business. You
know what I'm saying? But when you have a man who worked up, say, a construction business, but none of his sons value hard work because they've been spoiled all his life from his hard work, and he never teach them how to take on inherit, his business is going to go corporate somewhere else, or it's going to die with him. You know what I mean? That's good business. You know, that's not great business like McDonald's, Kit Kat, Coca-Cola, so forth and so on. So that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be great business, man.
Okay.
And people ain't seeing it.
I see that. All right, that's what's up. And speaking of McDonald's, real quick segue. The two brothers who started McDonald's, they wind up selling it to Ray Kroc. So I think Ray Kroc would actually be the boy who you would be saying is the great businessman, because he envisioned what it could be, whereas they just was. Yeah,
he took McDonald's and made it into what it is. Yeah. Definitely. So actually, his legacy, his people, his family, his
Walmart
kids,
is another one. How crazy is Walmart, man? I mean, you look on the top richest people list, you still see all 4 or 5 or however many of them still living. True. That's crazy money, man.
That's a lot of money.
It's crazy. All right, I'm about to get hyped, so let's go ahead. We're gonna get back into Philadelphia with it, man. Yeah. You got Rep My City, man.
Rep My City, I love this track.
I mean, so here we go.
My first single.
Yeah, we're back. Next Level Show.
Yeah.
And here with DeluxMusic. So who we got riding out on the team?
Oh man, we got a lot of people that's doing a lot of things, man. Shout out to the Brody Proof, to my boys. Lisa Dean, that's my cuz. He does little solo stuff.
Okay.
Shout out to Mother Effing Fame. Oh man, shout out to Leon I Kill. Shout out to my boy Mix the Monster, who been jumping on my stuff all crazy in NY. Shout out to my boy L Caesar, that's my peoples right there. Man, who else is on the joint? Shout out to my man Cashmere Royale. I know he listening. He said he was gonna check in. You know what I'm saying? He actually produced the whole mixtape, except maybe I think 2 tracks.
And you actually got him on one of these tracks too, In the Sky.
In the Sky. He on like 4 or 5 of them actually. That's my boy. We went to school together.
Yeah, I want to speak on that track. You just we just played Rep My City.
Right.
I like the vibe on that.
Right.
And that sound like one of them joints where you perform and you can start jumping around and like just getting into it. Have you performed that yet?
I performed it a few times. It's actually my first single. I got a video out for it. It's my first video I released, Rep My City.
Let them know where to check it out at.
Or they can check it out on YouTube. Just check out Rep My City, Frank Flippin. That's my name on my YouTube. That's my name. Period. DeluxMusic is my brand. It's all one thing, you know.
Okay. That's what's up. But yeah, so you've been doing shows. You got some more shows coming up?
Yeah, actually in a couple weeks I will be in DC. I'm auditioning to open up for Jadakiss.
Word.
Yeah. So I'll be in DC in 2 weeks. Other than that, I'm just got some shows that's planning, and I'm planning some shows. So my thing is, I like to jump on shows, but they gotta have some meaningful. They gotta have some benefit. I just don't want to pay you just to perform.
Right. I understand
You know what I'm saying?
that.
So
No, I understand that.
that's why all my shows is always something. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Got another caller. You're live on the Next Level Show. Yeah, who we got on the Next Level Show?
Hello.
Are you there, caller?
Hello.
All right, call us back.
Okay.
Yeah, call us back. 267-535-3930. People, call up. Now, I mean, so you were saying that you definitely want to make sure that that the shows have meaning behind it, and it ain't just a bunch of people getting up on stage rapping.
Yeah, because we artists, we striving. I mean, that's the base of it. So if I have artists that's performing with me, why not have a reason? Okay, why not have a Pro Tools kit? The last show I had, the winner of the night, I had 3 judges, independent judges, and the performer of the night won a Pro Tools kit.
That's what's
a
up.
Pro Tools 10 and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it was nice. It was like, it was valued at like $890.
Yeah.
You know
as soon as you said the word Pro Tools, my mind went up to a stack already. Like a stack just popped in my mind, like Pro Tools.
There's different variations of them, but they're all good.
What you think about open mics though? Cause
I think open mics are good if you're going to hit them every night.
Okay, can you explain that a little more?
Every night. That means you are pushing to have your name embedded in everyone that comes to every open mic that you come to.
Okay.
So if you're gonna go to an open mic once a month, it's not worth it.
I feel that.
If you're gonna go once a week, it's not worth it.
Next Level Show.
Hi, this is Princess D from EMG. I would like to hear No Justice, No Peace.
No Justice, No Peace. I don't think we have that one, but I'm gonna play one for you, okay?
This is Princess D from EMG. I would like to hear No Justice, No Peace.
Was she reading off a script?
No, this is my daughter. She's a recording artist as well. Her name is Princess D. All right, shout out to Princess D. Thank you for calling up, sweetie. I don't think we have No Justice, No Peace though.
She already banged on you.
She banged on me.
Yeah. All right, that's we'll definitely play something for him.
We play something for him.
But I was asking you about the open mic thing because I always said that I've noticed, at least in Philly, I never really did open mics outside of Philly, but I noticed that in Philly a lot of the times when you go to an open mic, it seems like it's mostly just artists there. And, a lot of artists, they ain't going to show you love when you up on the stage, because they just waiting for their turn to get up on the stage. So you basically wind up performing in front of a whole bunch of just blank faces. Unless, you done brought some people or they done brought some people who's only going to be there, to rep them. But I'd rather do shows because when you're in a show, the audience came there to see a show, so they more inclined to be into it as opposed to an open mic where it's mostly just artists there. What you think about that?
I mean, I think you got to start thinking out the box. When it gets to this point and you're doing an open mic, don't think about like that. I put a crowd out there in your mind. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. I'm just saying as far as if you up there, it's kind of like how you said work smarter, not harder. Right. Remember you said that? So I would consider that working harder if you doing an open mic. Like what's going to be the benefit of doing an open mic just in front of a whole bunch of artists that's not going to show any love?
I mean, it's a benefit of them artists get to know who you are as well. I mean, because at some point, them guys probably still buy CDs or buy mixtapes because they're fans.
Ain't buying no mixtapes.
Well, that's a shame because I still buy mixtapes.
I mean, I do too. I mean, I ain't talking about us. I'm just saying, but yeah, a lot of them dudes. I mean, but all right, in the perfect world,
you have to change. You have to change with the times. The times is different. And
definitely.
In 98, 99, let's just say 1998, 1999, you can hit open mics a full week and probably get discovered.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely times done changed since then.
That's not happening. Now, it's all about who you know and if that person that you know is a good person. You know what I'm saying? They can say, look, I know this person, and they can show you that they know this person and say, oh, I'm going to take your work to them, but I need like $20,000. And you get this person $20,000 and they don't take it to them.
I'm trying to tell you.
But they do know him.
Yeah, they may know him. I read in one of them books, like one of the first thing, like when people ask me for advice as far as the music thing go, the first thing I always tell anybody is study up on it, which is a lesson that people didn't really. I guess it's kind of self-explanatory, but nobody put me D like that, so I learned to start studying later on in the game. But when I started studying, I came across some literature, and it was basically saying as far as like managers and stuff like that who deal with these people that's known, and you know they deal with these record label execs. They may know this person, they may be right hand mans with that person, but that don't necessarily mean they'll be able to make that connection for you, or they'll even have enough time to deal with you so that you can even get your foot in the door. Because a lot of people want to aim, like a lot of people might want to say, all right, I want Jay-Z's manager. Right. But Jay-Z's manager ain't gonna hardly have enough time for you because he's dealing with Jay-Z and these other big name, you know, artists and stuff like that. So that kind of go hand in hand with what you was talking about, you know. So
yeah, well, you would want a comfortable medium first. You would want somebody that's that just passed off an artist to a big management company, like, yeah, I was just managing such. But I'm not managing them no more. Our management contract went out. You know, he went with a big joint. But he can get you and put you on opening slots for his artists that he has that is signed, that's into their first to the second album. Because, you know, after that, that's when they really start making, you know, money, depending on their contract, of course. Right. Everybody's contract is different.
But these days, you know, we got the 3-6.
Yeah, you want somebody that's halfway in, halfway out, or out on their way in. Right. As far as that, because
what do you think about just getting discovered on your own? A lot of that's going on these days.
Yeah, that's what can happen. Everybody is that's the thing. People is taking their business into their own hands. Right. You know, they feeling they don't need this and need that. They need someone that can help with this, but you got to also be able to help with that, and this. If you're a manager, yeah, but can you help me write songs too? I need a manager that can help me write songs too. I need a manager that's also a producer and a promoter. I need a person, you know, so forth and so on. It's all about multi-skilling. Right. You know, having multi-skills, and it's all about cutting costs and making more money. You know, if you can't figure that out, you're not doing nothing.
You're not doing it right now.
You're not doing nothing.
All right. What about penetrating mainstream radio? Should that be a goal of an up-and-coming artist right now? And the reason why I ask you that before you answer is because, you know, Ebro from Hot 97, well, basically he's the program director of Hot 97 for people that don't know. But they was having a discussion one time, and, you know, he was basically calling out some names. I wouldn't say they're underground artists. I guess they kind of underground because they're not signed to major label deals, but they're kind of known as far as, you know, the underground people. And he was saying that they're not really mainstream, and they, you know, because they don't get radio play. And there was people that was coming back at him like, well, certain people don't have to really worry about getting radio play because they're already doing tours, they're already selling, you know, CDs, they're already doing their thing. Radio play isn't necessarily a concern of every underground artist, especially the ones that's doing better. Do you feel that should be a concern, or that should be a driving force? Because a lot of people just want to be heard on the radio. Like, you ask most of these up and coming artists right now, what you trying to do? I want to get on radio. So should that be one of the driving forces?
I mean, when people say they don't want to be on the radio, it's because they got so fed up with trying to get on the radio and haven't. And they found success in other avenues, so they'll say, oh, bunk the radio. All these things produce exposure in a unique way that you can't get elsewhere. So if you're not getting exposure on the radio and you're on a foot grind and stuff like that, you'll appreciate that grind. Right. But if you get a break, because that's exactly what it is, and you get spun on the mainstream radio to the mass of 10, 15 million people on a daily basis 6 times a day, you're going to sell some CDs. You're going to make some money. You're going to wake up and there's going to be a $12,000 check there. Right. You're not going to say, oh, no, I didn't want it through the radio. I didn't want myself through the radio. Return a check. Okay. It's rightfully yours. You know what I'm saying? Just like you grind on your foot and you earn that money selling CDs and doing everything. You let people hear the same way they would do on the radio, hear your music live, because you had to take it to them because the radio's not playing. Right. So you took it to them. It's the same thing. You want people to hear you. however way they can hear you, whether it's apps, whether it's websites, whether it's CDs, whether it's word of mouth.
Okay, I get what you're
people to
saying.
hear you.
That was a good answer too. Make sure y'all call up. We definitely in here talking 267-535-3930. And real quick, in response to what you was just saying, it sounded like we got an earthquake in the building.
Earthquake.
But that took me completely out of my zone. Oh yeah, so we were talking about the radio. All right, now what about if that same underground artist is on the tip, like, and I'm just asking a question, but what if they on the tip, like, well, I feel like in order to get played on the radio, I would have to change as far as what I'm putting out. I would have to, specifically custom make something that the radio would actually play, and that's not the route I want to take. So if I can make this money, doing the road or whatever I do, and be able to put out the message I want to put out, I'd rather take that road. So I guess basically the question I'm asking you is that an integrity issue right there where, somebody say, well, I don't want to, compromise my art in order to, get on the radio?
It becomes a trained choice.
Now, you definitely got to work that into the minds.
I say a trained choice because you've been trying to get on the...
Yeah, you're live on the Next Level show.
What's up? It's Al. What's up?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
We got DeluxMusic in the building.
Yeah.
What's up with you, L? How you doing, bro?
Chillin', baby. Chillin', man. I just logged on. So what's the topic that you're about?
Oh man, we talking about music, the game, and everything. It's DeluxMusic and Mike Criminal, man. It's going crazy right now.
Yeah. And I do have an official topic for the night, though, real quick, Al. The topic is, do you feel that artists have to work for the fans the same way as any other professionals do in the industry, where the fan, like the customers drive what's being produced? Do you feel like artists are under that scrutiny to produce what the customers require, or they could basically just put out what they want to put out and the customers just accept it?
I would say, look, it's best to be independent. You know what I mean? I would just go independent route. You have your little internet joint on there, your little station, and you do your own thing. You can rather put 10, 20 times more work in to make it happen, but if this is what you really want to do, go for it.
All right. I think you totally avoided the question, but thanks for calling up, man.
I can't even hear you. I thought that was the right answer.
No, I'm saying, do you feel that artists are under pressure to provide the type of music that the customers want, or do artists have or can artists just put out whatever they want?
I think the artists have to do what the record labels tell them to do. Major ones, yeah.
So basically, the record labels are the ones who's driving production, regardless of what the customers.
Yeah.
Okay.
The label. Everybody trying to make money. You know what I mean.
All right. I'll take that one. I'll definitely take that answer. You got anything to say about that, Frank?
No, I agree with him. Yeah,
All right. Thanks for calling up, Al. We got another caller.
All right.
Next Level show. You're live.
Yeah, this is Tanisha. I want to respond to the topic with DeluxMusic on the line.
Okay.
I want to respond to the conversation about, whether or not an artist needs to be able to grind just as hard as any other large customer service franchise.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's your thoughts?
I want to ask Deluxe. Whether or not he thinks, what would he compare, the music game to, and how does he feel about more so what they call battle rappers versus a recording artist?
Okay. How do you feel?
For the first part of that question, I try not to compare myself to anyone. I just try to make sure that my music is big and it keeps evolving. Battle rappers, they in a whole different lane. Their concentration is on winning their next battle. So if they have a battle in 2 months, they're not really trying to record any songs put together no album or anything. They're trying to prepare, for their battle. And then after they win that, and if they're money motivated, they're on to the next battle. So they're not really too much concerned with really writing songs. As an artist, that's their niche, that's their lane. They're not really trying to write no battle raps. They'll write one every once in a while just in case they run into a cipher, but that's just about it.
Yeah, you summed that up good, too. Did you have any more questions for Deluxe? Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry. It's just like a static.
Oh, all right. Can you hear us now?
Well, in response to that, I guess what I was trying to say more so is, how do you feel the grind game is? You believe a battle rapper has to grind just as hard as a recording artist? Because in my perspective, at the end of the day, it's all, about making money. So do you feel as though a battle rapper would have to, be more, how can I say it, more forthgoing as far as the grind, just as a recording artist would be, or do you believe that their whole thing is just to be just a battle or just to win? Basically, can a battle rapper be a recording artist?
Absolutely, if he's willing to strip down, reset, and develop a sound. Absolutely.
There you have it.
Did you hear me?
Are you still there, caller? I think because she's listening to the computer and it's a different speed, so she's listening.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah,
but that's about it. He answered my question. That's pretty much what I needed to know.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Phone lines is going crazy. That's what's up. You're live on the Next Level Show.
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's up? Who we got on the line tonight?
We got your man BC.
That's what's up. Black Cancer was good.
Nothing living, man. Just checking out the show. Just called up, show some love or whatever.
No doubt.
Absolutely good looking, dog.
We got DeluxMusic, Frank Flippin in the building.
Cheer.
Alright, what's up with you, bro?
What's good with you, man? How you doing, man? It's been a little minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. You know what I mean? I'm running around trying to promote my next mixtape scheduled to drop in July called Illegal. Just a lot of promo shows, a lot of things going on.
Oh, it's coming out? It's coming out July?
Yeah, it's around my birthday.
Alright, that's what's up. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
BK's a good artist, man. Did some work with me in the studio, man. Real good lyrical dude.
Yeah. And he'll be here in a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Doing some co-hosting things. So definitely look out for that.
Yeah, Monday, June 24th, right?
Yeah. You got it. But I'm gonna hit you with the topic. I'm gonna hit you with the topic real quick. So we talking about do a musician have to make music for the fans, kind of like how any other professional would have to do in their industry, like where customers drive what's being produced? Do musicians have to do that, or do they basically put out what they want to put out and the customers just take it?
I feel like sometimes as a musician, you play both sides of the field. You make music not necessarily for the fans, but you make it for yourself, and you hope that people can relate because, they say everybody's different, but music brings people together, and it brings people together through relation.
Right.
So, on one hand, you could write a bunch of stuff, and it could just be for you and for people that's like you. But I think that I also think that's the best way to go about making your music, opposed to trying to make a hit based on what people want to hear.
Okay. All right, that's what's up.
You know what I mean?
That balance.
All right, well, so, you handled that real easy.
You talking about that balance?
Yeah, I dig where people come from, where they make music for, a certain type of crowd or whatever, and sometimes it really do take off and it be successful, but that's just not the lane that I'm in. I feel as though you should stay true to yourself, and some artists they manage to be successful in doing the opposite. So kudos to them, but I don't know what that's like, man.
All right. All right, that's what's up, man. Well, thanks for calling up the show. You want to put your Twitter or your SoundCloud, anything out there for people to get with you?
Yes, Twitter.com/BLKCANCER. That's short for Black Cancer. Right about now, I just advise everybody to go on my Facebook fan page or whatever, because that's where you get all the understandings of what exactly illegal means. Because people get the definition misconstrued. They think that illegal just means a negative connotation, and it's like whatever you ill in is legal. You feel me? Like you doing the Next Level show for so long and it being a successful show, that's ill, and because of that makes it legit. And when it's legit, that's legal. You feel me?
No doubt. Yeah, definitely, man. I remember he actually broke that down for us probably about a year ago. It was me, him, and Cashmere in this John. You know what I mean? And just refreshing their memories on that.
Yeah, so shout out to the both of y'all. Y'all keep grinding, man. I'm gonna get out of here and let y'all.
Good looking, man. Shout back out to you. Be Cancer.
All right, no doubt, man.
Holla.
Be safe, fam.
Yeah, we're back. So I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna let it breathe for a second. Y'all can still call up 267-535-3930 unless you had something to say before I play a track.
Oh no, we
right.
rocking.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get into that In the Sky featuring
Cashmere Royale.
All right, no doubt.
That
Check
Philadelphia
it out.
under new management. You know what I mean? www.therealdeluxemusic.com. Everything is there.
That means he got his own website. Yeah, and we're back in the building.
Back.
Deluxe Music. Make sure if y'all want to talk to him, y'all call up 267-535-3930. We touching on a lot of different things.
Uh-huh.
And you say you got the project coming out?
Oh, actually, the project dropped. It dropped May 1st.
May 1st. There we go. Where can they get it?
They can go to my website, www.therealdeluxemusic.com. So right next to home, it says Philadelphia under new management. Go right under the Philadelphia new management. You can download the whole thing or whichever individual songs you like.
That's what's up. There we go. Doing it big. Got that project out. What's it? Let them know what the name of that is.
It's called Philadelphia under new management. However, I also got my album Agent Gifted that's still out. It's been out for like 2 years. People still loving it. It's still a great grab. Both of them still available.
All right. Now, other than going to D.C., what else you got on the near horizon coming up for yourself?
Well, actually, I'm going to be working with Stiletto Star with doing some shows. I have a lot of things that's on the table as far as submitting. So I actually got to the process where I got some music that's comfortable enough to submit to some serious real labels. So,
all right, that's what's up.
we are actually trying to do something. Hopefully, we can get something by the first quarter. If not, then it's back to grind. I mean, the grind never stopped actually. But do got some good things that's going on that we got some hopes for.
What's your writing process? Do you get a beat and just automatically start cranking out verses, or how do you do it?
Oh man, I used to do it all different types of ways. I used to, I had it where I was, I couldn't have no beats. I didn't have no beats, so I had to write without them. I had a time where I had to write with corny beats because I didn't have no other beats, so I didn't have no internet connections. I used to even write to table.
Oh yeah.
Taps. Yeah, just as long as you keep writing, you're writing another slack. Writing is like exercising. You exercise, you always stay in shape, you'll be great. But if you slack off, it's slack off on you. And
let people know recording is actually another art in itself. Like, once you get the bars written and you get in that booth.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about the delivery.
Yeah, it's about the delivery, about the confidence. It's about also being who you are. You want to express the confident, great you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to imitate somebody else. I mean, I've seen a lot of people that, Meek Miller drop a CD and they'll get in the booth hype. And I'm like, why you hype? Well, did you hear that new Meek Mill? Well, I'm about to go in. Turn the beat on, yo. I'm like, what did they shot you out of that joint or something? Yeah. Like, no, that joint hot. I'm just about to go in.
Yeah.
You should be excited about you like that.
How do you feel about rhyming on industry beats? Should it be done or should people stick to original?
I mean, people going to do it. It's a good way to showcase your skill. I say if you're going to do it, put you to it, but duplicate what the person did. So at least you're going to get the person's attention. I mean, if you just rapping over it, you just rapping over it. You can get originals and make songs. If you're going to make a song, don't make it to somebody else's beat. Make it to original. That's you. That's your sound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody else got a joint. Okay, they did the hook like that. Da, da, da. Switch up the words. Do it like them. And that's how you flame that joint. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already done by somebody. It's already out.
You remember how Wayne used to do drinks? I'm talking about like just some years ago. But like when he really started first getting hot again, and he used to do a lot of the Jay-Z joints over, but he would actually take like the same rhyme scheme, but he would change the words a lot. You remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah. So are you saying on that tip?
Yeah. Just to keep the scheme going. Keep the, because people already know if it's a hit, for most likely people going to choose the hits.
Right.
If it's a hit, that means a lot of people already know it. So capture someone's attention about you on it.
How about this? What do you feel about, all right, like you said, they're going to do the hits. That's definitely what they do. And I've talked to studio engineers before, and anytime a record first becomes a hit, that's all they hear in their studios. People coming to the studio with that instrumental and they rhyming on that joint. Do you think that people should give records time? Like, do you think it's better to do a record right then and there if it's banging on the radio right now, or should they wait to give it time to where it died down a little bit, then put it out? Because if you do it right then and there, you might be oversaturating it. Or do you feel that it would be oversaturating it because everybody's doing it right then and there?
It's gonna get oversaturated regardless. Everybody want to do it. Everybody can't get in the studio when they want to, so they might be a week late. Some people are gonna say they're not gonna do it for 3 months. Nah, everybody jumped on that jump. I'm not gonna do it. Then it grows on and they jump on it anyway. So it's gonna be regardless. But the best is to do it right when it comes out. That way you're riding a wave with it.
I mean, or just doing original. It sounded like people should just be doing originals, man.
Yeah, I mean that's what it was to them before you heard it. That's their original track.
Right. That is true. I mean, they was riding around with it.
Riding around and getting it.
So, who you listen to out that's like major major artist wise these days?
I still listen to Jay every here and there. I like DMX. I like Kiss.
You mess with any newer school dudes?
I think I think a lot of them are good for what's going on. That's what they really like. That's what the masses like. They like club feel good. I mean, that's not nothing to knock. If the guys that's making the best club songs are not that lyrical, they're making the best club songs. You know what I'm saying? People like it. You can't get upset about that. A lot of people that's lyrical.
I can get a little upset about it.
Nah, I mean, we lyrical. I mean, if you're a lyrical artist, you're a lyrical artist. They can't take you in that. But can you imagine Cannabis doing a club banger?
All right, yeah, not Cannabis. I just feel that this is my own personal feeling, but I feel that anything can be turned into good. Like anything can be good. Like, you know what I mean? I just think that a lot of people get away with not making stuff good. People accept it. And then, that kind of becomes the status quo. It's like, oh, well, all I got to do is just say bow, 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 and people will take it. So that's all I'm going to say.
That's a great point because some of the lyrics don't be good, but you hear it 12 times a day.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're going to listen to it. So imagine if they got a good song from an independent artist and played it on the radio half of the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I say that all the time.
They'll change the game. So there you go. That, if you're looking at it like that, of course, some radio is important. You know what I'm saying? That's a good, strong avenue where we can help revitalize the game. If you know.
And I know this ain't nothing that anybody can, change overnight, but it's just that radio isn't owned by people who are necessarily music fans.
Right.
Radio is just owned by corporate businesses that's just looking for money. So ultimately, it doesn't even matter to them what's being played. It's just about what's going to make enough money, what's going to keep people listening long enough that we could play these ads that people are paying us to play during these times.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like maybe we need more independent media outlets coming up, which means people have to support them.
Support them, yes.
You know what I mean? And then this is the avenues where stuff like this can get through. And maybe that could catch the attention my bad, the attention one day of, you know, the major or the mainstream media.
And it will. And a lot of guys have done that, but they settle for the money. They say, oh, wow, 10 years, you built up 800,000 followers and listeners. We'll give you $8 million for it. What? You just changed my life. They thinking about their family. They're not thinking about the 800,000 followers no more. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about, you know, they usually be guys that don't go out and get the people to run commercials on their, so they can generate revenue. They just did a great show, is growing, and they don't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know what to do with it. We not only got to be support, but we also got to help keep educated. You know what I'm saying?
That's important.
Very, very important.
Definitely. It's not enough of that going around. I could tell you that right now. But let's get into the what more can I say?
What more can I say?
Is this off of the upcoming? I mean, the one that just dropped?
Philadelphia under new management? Yep, all three of them is actually.
All right, cool. Here we go. What more can he say? Is this your favorite video? What makes this your favorite?
Well, it's one of my favorites. It's done by Shannon Muir, and it's one of my singles.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's why I was running.
It's a single. If it's a single, yeah, it's one of my favorites.
All right. How many tracks is on there, by the way?
It is 20. It was 20, maybe 19. But I have an intro. I have a couple skits and an outro and a bonus track.
They don't do skits no more.
Hey man, I just did it.
I mean, I missed the skits. Good ones though. Don't just
those skits on.
Yeah, don't like. It was a point in time where people just, I don't know what people was doing. Like,
no, these skits and intros is a little comedy breaks.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
the
cool
music,
with that.
Keep the music going. I think it flows beautifully, actually.
I mean, that's what's up. Where you recording that, by the way?
I record at Asia Recordings. That's my label recording studio. So,
okay.
You know, recording is definitely not a problem.
All right. Do y'all record outside people?
Oh, absolutely. We try to help any
people to know.
any and all people. Yeah, I mean, Asia Recording is actually on a close down right now because we're doing a lot of promotion. But it's on a close down, new location. Okay. I'll release that about another 30 to 60 days. But a lot of people have worked at Asia Recording. They're very happy at Asia Recording, man. It's a lot of fun.
All right, that's what's up. It looked like it was a lot of fun. Just how the way he was just looking at me, like, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. We have jam sessions. People be coming down, man. It be like Big Tigger in the basement times 10.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Call up 267-535-3930. You know what I mean? So, what would be your advice for up and coming artists? Because it sounds like you got a lot of different, you got a lot of perspective about this game. So, what kind of advice would you give somebody who's kind of stuck right now and they don't know which way to go? They want to get signed, but they don't know how to even start doing anything with it.
Take your mind off of getting signed and put your mind on just working hard, and that it's never too enough. You have to be a wolf. You know what I mean? You got to be a wolf that's just drooling, ribs touching, and you see a bear, and you say, you know what? If I pass this bear, I'm going to die. But the bear can kill me. But I'm so hungry, I got to triumph. That's what type of vicious artist that you have to be. Respect the people that have done it. Respect the people that's at the top level, but also envision yourself as being there. A lot of people are going to tell you a lot of things. They're telling you their way. It might not apply to you. Take everything from everywhere, from here on out, and apply it to where it applies to you.
Right. So you need a filter.
Yeah, a filter for
that's
you.
That's what I usually tell people. Like, I got a filter for. All right, that's what's saying. You painted a hell of a picture right there. That was a hell of a picture right there. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all check this joint out when we release it next week on MCTV. It's been a pleasure working with Mr. Frank Flippin over here. We're going to go ahead and get you put them websites out one more time, then we're going to get back into Rep My City.
All right, yeah. Like I said, you can go and find everything off of TheRealDeluxMusic.com. That's TheRealDeluxMusic.com. All right, my Twitter, my Facebook, my YouTube, all of that is on there. You don't even have to go to my YouTube. Videos, music, everything is there.
It's directly on the site.
Directly on there.
All right, there we go. So make sure y'all keep it locked. Don't go nowhere, because when we come back, we're going to be hearing some words.
Bars.
You know what I mean?
Cheer.
Here we go. Yeah, you're live on the Next Level Show.
Hey. Hello, I'm calling to see Frank Flippin Deluxe.
Yeah.
Hello.
He in the building right now.
We just got here.
Okay.
How you doing?
What's up? Tell Miss Mom said love you.
Oh, I love you too, Mom. Thank you.
Thanks for calling up.
She called up early.
All right, thanks for calling up.
That's my mom-in-law, man. I love my mom-in-law, man. She is the best in the world, man.
No doubt.